Ed Jackson told his wife to leave him after a devastating accident left him paralyzed. Former rugby player Ed Jackson has revealed he told his wife to leave him after a pool accident rendered him completely paralyzed. Jackson was told he would never walk again after a freak accident back in 2017. He'd have been around to a friend's house where they had a swimming pool with a waterfall feature. Thinking it was about 8 feet deep, he dived in, not realizing the water was just 3 feet in depth. He hit his head very hard upon impact and was completely paralyzed from the shoulders down. Luckily, his dad and friend were there to save him from drowning before an ambulance took him away, where he was resuscitated in transit to hospital 3 times. From there, the former Dragons RFC man had a 7-hour operation to save his life. Fast forward 1 year later, and he defied medical experts by scaling Mount Snowdon in Wales, which stands at 3,560 feet. He's now aiming to climb Mount Kenya, which is 17,000 feet. He admitted in an interview with The Sun that during his time in intensive care, he thought it would be easier for everyone if he wasn't there anymore. He explained that he never had thoughts of ending it before. Jackson now helps to present Channel 4's coverage of the Paralympics, but what's his story? Jackson's wife is called Lois. After being told he may never walk again, Jackson suggested that it might be best for the pair to part ways, but that wasn't to be the case. "I was saying you should leave me because she didn't sign up for this, and she stood by me like a rock the whole time, which was amazing," explained Jackson to The Sun. "And she became a person to really focus my energy towards getting better for. I found that was a bigger driver than just thinking about myself." To be able to actually cancel the wedding and then speak to the venue and ask to rebook for another time, but they've been watching and were hoping they could save the date for us. So we ended up getting married on the same day that we had planned. And then the motivation to walk her down the aisle was a strong one, so it was obviously a really special occasion. The former Millfield private schoolboy started his rugby career in his birthplace, Bath. Born in 1988, he captained England at U16 and U18 level. He spent 3 years at the Rec before enjoying spells at Doncaster Knights and London Welsh. Jackson spent 2 years with Wasps in the English Premiership before joining Welsh Region Dragons RFC in the final stage of his professional rugby career before sustaining the life-changing injuries in 2017. Jackson's life experiences have been made into a new documentary called The Mountain Within Me, something which he himself had questions about when he was approached over it. "I was blown away when I was approached about making a film, but I did have fears about opening up our lives and those of people we care about. There had to be some purpose behind doing it," he explained to the BBC. "And I hope the film shows that it's not just about this happens, he gets through it, and then climbs mountains. It is an ongoing journey, the things that I have to live with on a day-to-day basis, but by being challenged, by going through tough things, by surviving them, I think that's what adds character to your life." Jackson made a miraculous recovery from his injuries, but he still has issues to contend with. He walks with a limp and has Brown-Séquard syndrome, a neurological condition which results in weakness or paralysis of one side of the body. "But the things that affect me most on a day-to-day basis are bladder function, bowel function, sexual and fertility issues," he added. If you get a group of people with disabilities together, especially with spinal cord injuries, they will not be talking about the way they move. They'll all be talking about wee and poo and sex because that's really what affects them on a day-to-day basis. He added, "I have to wear a catheter bag at all times when I'm out and about. I've wet myself more times than I can remember, but that's part of living with a spinal cord injury. I do appreciate how fortunate I am in the recovery I have made, albeit still very much living as an incomplete quadriplegic with a disability. But to talk about it was really important for me in the film, because a lot of these topics aren't spoken about enough. I just want to normalize it more."